welcome back to my channel. So today's a bit of a weird one because I'm not at the stables, I am actually in my house. So I went to Badminton Horse Trials yesterday on cross country day. It was really good. It was very hot, very sunny, completely different to the dressage in the 2 days before where badminton just turned into an absolute bog pit, and now I feel rather silly because it's a bit grey and rainy today and I have massive sunburn on my forehead. So I do apologise. I'm not hot, I've not just came back in from riding. I just had sunburn all on my face because I was ill prepared. But I thought I'd come on just because there's not really anything too horsey that happened this weekend in the run up to going to badminton. So I thought I would show you instead what I bought, because I had a bit of a shopping list, and even though this bag is big, I did stick to my shopping list, which was quite good, which I'm quite pleased with. So I don't think I went over budget, I think I stayed in budget. So the first thing I got was this dressage schooling whip from Whitechanger? I don't know, I'm really bad at pronunciations. So I got it in the Whitechanger stand. It's by a brand called Saddlecraft, but I quite liked it because the grip on it is really rubbery, and it's got a nice little bit of rose gold. So you can see it's got a nice bit of rubber on it. The rose gold is quite nice as well. Me and Milo aren't super flashy, but I thought rose gold's quite a nice little hint, because yeah, we don't really like glitter too much. So that was item number one, which was actually on my list because my dressage instructor always tells me off because I'm so ill prepared, as seems to be a running theme. And the first dressage lesson I had with her, I went in with a jump bat. I mean, I did warn her in advance, I'm not a dressage rider, I'm a wannabe eventer, and that knows I need to struggle through dressage if I want to get to the fun stuff. So she kind of knew what she was getting in for, but I don't think she realised it was that bad. The next thing that I bought is actually a treat for Milo, and they've got these in a feed store up the road from us, but they don't have as many varieties. So I got him a 2 kilo pot of Horsey Pick a Mix by Maxima Mix and Munch. So there's so many flavours in there. I know I got him a raspberry flavour, I know there's coconut, cherry, mint, apple. Here you can see all the layers. That's an orange flavoured one. I think that's the mint sticks. There's some herbal sticks in there as well. I just got him all the flavours just so that he could see what ones he fancied. That's by Maxima. And that one actually wasn't unplanned, the Pick a Mix, but I saw it and I was like, I kind of have to. I think they said that they had about 30 different flavours of horse treats on stand, and you could literally just go around with the bucket and scoop as much of each flavour as you wanted. The next thing on my list I got from Gibson Saddlers. However, it's not actually one of their own sort of items. It is the Lemieux Carbon Air Cross Country boots. So I've been eyeing these up for Milo just because I want to go cross country with him, and he's got quite dainty little legs. If you've ever seen me around the stables, I often call him Twinkle Toes. Not because he's flashy and he's like a little ballerina when he does his sort of cantering around and things, but because he's got like the daintiest little legs and feet. And obviously, being a thoroughbred and going to a cross country jump, more protection is better than less. So I just thought I'll get him some boots just to help protect his legs a little bit more. It's quite funny because I did measure him up and I checked the measurements that I got when I, awkwardly tried measuring his legs because he was busy fucking his foot out because he didn't like it. He was kind of in between sizes, and a lot of the measurements I got were all being matched up against pony. And I was like, he's definitely not a pony, and if I got him a pony, it would be about 3 inches too short on his cannon, so there's no point. Instead, I got him knees in a size medium, and the way that we sized it up was with one of the ladies I went with, we were kind of looking down it, or it was like a telescope to see how wide it was, and then she put her fist down it and was like, well, he's not going to be any bigger than my wrist, is he? Well, only smaller than my wrist, and that feels snug, so I think we're okay. Yeah, if you've got a thoroughbred, try the wrist measurement, but I'll let you know whether these fit him, because I may try them on him when I go up to see him in a moment. Another thing I like about these boots is the fact that they are vented, so hopefully that will help keep him nice and cool and stop his tendons from getting a bit too hot while he's working. They're also waterproof, quick to dry, and on the inside, it's hard to show because I don't want to take them off the cardboard, but it's almost kind of rubbery on the inside, so you can really, it's not going to slip, or at least it shouldn't slip, just because it's got that sort of rubbery feel to the inside of the boots. And the last thing that I bought, which is the reason why I've got this massive bag, kudos if you know what brand this bag is from, because you've only really seen it from the front. But to give you some hints on what this is from Aubryon, which is, I assume it's a branch off of Shires, so like Shires Aubryon. This big bag contains my new carbon riding hat, which I've been eyeing up a carbon for ages, just because I thought not only are they really affordable, but they look really nice as well. I find sometimes you look at riding hats that are really cheap and affordable and they kind of look like bike helmets, and it does make me wonder, how safe actually is it? So I thought I'd go and at least try a carbon on, see whether it fit. But then I had to have it, and I was very grateful, because in this anecdote is going to just prove how important it is to get yourself properly fitted for helmets, because I went in there and I tried on the 56 to 58 centimetre carbon, because it's kind of, they do a small, medium and a large skull size. So I tried on the medium size because I was like, oh, in Champion I'm 57 centimetres, so I should fit in the carbon 56 to 58 centimetres. However, that wasn't the case. Even with the adjustable dial on the back, it was too loose and it just sort of wobbled around. Instead, I tried on the small size of carbon, and that's what fit, which meant I saved about 15-20 quid, because my head somehow, as I've gotten older, has gotten smaller. But yeah, so I've got the brand new carbon, so I will take it out. Now, as I mentioned earlier, me and Milo are not flashy, so we didn't get the real rose gold sparkly one, but I still think it's really nice. So we've just got the black carbon with the leather panel on top. It's got a vent hole at the front and a vent hole at the back, and of course it's got the dial fit to really bring it in on size. I wanted a new skull, I wanted a new fixed peak, because I got a new skull cap at Christmas, as I've not had one before, and my fixed peak I have had since I was 17, I think I worked it out to be, and I'm turning 26 this year, so you know, that's sort of a 8-9-year-old helmet. And I know people say you should replace your helmets every single time you fall off, but I've never had a fall where I fell and landed head first, if that makes sense. I've always landed on my butt first. So the only fall I can remember when the helmet has kind of been directly involved was I fell off an old green horse that I was bringing back into work, and fell off over her shoulder. I rolled and she kept sort of going. She wasn't nasty, she just kept cantering and just caught me in the back of my head. All I had was a minor headache that afternoon, but I was absolutely fine otherwise. But I thought, yeah, I kind of need to replace my helmet now. I've not got any excuse, and the carbon ones also meet all of the sort of BE requirements, so I know that I'll be able to go and get it tagged and then ride BE and unaffiliated with it with absolutely no problems for a good few years. So this is it a bit more close up. So it's got a nice little carbon logo in there, front vent, back vent, and then the leather panelling. It's got a nice bit of padding on the chin strap. It's actually really, really padded, and the dial fit at the back. And obviously, because we are all about safety, it's got all of the standards that it meets in the helmet. So yeah, that is my, I wouldn't say it's a haul, that is just my badminton shopping. I hope you enjoyed just that quick little video of what I got when I was at badminton. On Saturday, next weekend, we have our first ever little cross-country lesson with Cam and Beer. We're just doing the 60 to 70 centimetres just because it's more about fitness and confidence and education than it is, oh, let's push it and see what we can do. I never want to rush into things with him. I want to do so right by him at every step of the way. So everything's just going to be nice and slow, nice and chill. Hopefully Cameron gives us some good pointers that we can work on at home, But yeah, it should be good. Milo is coming back into work quite nicely. We had a dressage lesson last week, which was a bit difficult for me because I'm still learning how to get a horse on the contact, and Milo is still learning what the contact means, so it's kind of like a bit of a tricky one, but we're getting there. I've got another lesson in 2 weeks' time with that instructor just to really sort of hit the ground running and nail it and give myself the tools I need so that I can practice what I've learned with confidence when she's not there. So hopefully once he sort of gets his muscle back up, he'll be able to hold himself and outline nicely. But until then, it's just a lot of fitness work and almost re-educating him slightly, reminding him of what we worked on before, and also teaching him slightly new things as I've learned new things as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you look forward to the vlog / video that's coming out next week, because that'll be really, really exciting. I know loads of people love Cam and Beer. I personally really like how he teaches. I'm just hoping that I feel the same way when I myself am riding and getting shouted at by him. So yeah, I will see you guys in the video next week. Bye!